Hey, Kennedy. Kennedy, you can't be in my video right now, baby. I'll call you later, okay? What's up? What's up, Focus? Hey.
Hi, Sissy.
Hey, baby.
Hi, honey bunny.
What's
Are we
up?
live? I think we're live. Does my music sound too loud?
No, hopefully the yard work that they're doing, not that there's any grass to cut in the desert, but I'm just confused as to why I hear all this noise, but it is what it
I know
is.
you may hear children in my background because they're outside playing or something, and birds behind us because the element of air is here. So
Yes, it is.
you know,
So them with this blowing thing that they got, that's air too.
I shade to all the air, and I'm not gonna lie, I did just finish calling in the energies as I was sitting here waiting for you to get ready. And so I believe a lot of the elements will present themselves to validate that. So I give thanks to the element of air.
Ashe.
How are you feeling? You look beautiful. You look
Thank
good.
you. I'm getting there, girl. I'm getting there.
You look amazing.
I'm fine. I'm almost back. I'm almost back.
Okay. Okay. Hi, everybody coming in.
You look beautiful.
Thank you. You know, I try.
How are you feeling today?
I feel really, really.
In this Cancer full moon, your sun sign.
Honey, listen, this full moon put me on my ass before it got here. And I had to literally look it up to see, is something happening? Like, is there some planetary energies happening? And come to find out it was. And I believe this Cancerian energy is falling and dealing with our fourth house. So that's family, you know, and all that good stuff. And it's a little loud, but it's okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he got the leaf blower. Hold on.
Oh yeah, and those things be loud. Hi, Grace. Hi, music.
All right, they walking back up the street.
Hi, music.
Hey, music and me. Hey, Grace. Who else is there?
A lot of people.
I'm saying hey to everybody.
How is everybody feeling today? Oh, but I feel good. And so this full moon energy was definitely dealing with me before it even got here. And so shadow work is never done.
Yeah.
You know, since coming to Arizona and all that good stuff, it's also been definitely its own transition. And it's caused its own level of work and energy up to the surface, you know, needing to be dealt with.
Right.
But today I did a sun meditation, just standing as the sun was hitting our bathroom, like perfectly. And
Yes.
I stood there in the sun and just allowed it to just meditate and to just be in that moment and meditation and just taking that energy and taking in the energy of the sun. And it was definitely hitting the most and really lighting a fire to that third eye energy.
Yeah.
Within that meditation, I began to see hot pink and red. And after coming out of that meditation and going to look up the spiritual properties of those colors, they couldn't have been more on point. And so I say all that to say that, you know, this full moon energy of today and how I feel today is definitely grateful. And I feel very, very well in my spirit for the most part, honestly.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, I think that even though I've been through, you know, a lot of the emotional traumas with cancer, seeing as how, you know, we are opposite. We are the polar opposites of each other as far as our sun sign is concerned. And so, you know, I'm really dealing with the element of emotion, you know, and how to express them in an appropriate manner and how to not only express them, but to also express them with my boundaries. because I realized that I don't have a lot of boundaries.
Yeah. I
I
don't
don't
think
have,
any of us do, honestly.
yeah.
I think those boundaries are really violated straight out of the womb. And so, especially for melanated beings, I don't think that any of us have a sense of what boundaries are and why boundaries are necessary. And if we look around the world right now, we just look at, you know, what is happening and what we're up against. There's now being a forcing of us to set boundaries and to become very clear on what they are and why they're necessary. And so that makes sense. I realized I didn't have any boundaries either.
And that means boundaries with yourself.
Yes. Yes.
Not just with people, because
No.
it starts with you.
Yes.
Because if you don't have any boundaries with yourself, how do you expect to give boundaries to others? And also for you to execute those voicing, you know what
Yes.
I'm saying, through the element of air, voicing your boundaries to people. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, it's the relationships for me. It's the relationships for me.
It's the
Like
relationships.
it's the relationships for me. And that is exactly what Cancer is. Cancer is about the home. It's about personal relationships
Yes.
with self,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying, with the people around you, with your lovers, with your outside people, your government, your community. It's relationships with everybody. And you
Yes.
know what I was just thinking? And I posted this on my page as well. But you know, people are afraid of new relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking about the phrase "no new friends." You remember that song? Drake was
Yes.
like, "No new friends." That
Yes.
shit is toxic as
It's
fuck.
very toxic. It's very toxic because the friends that you're saying no new friends about, more than likely are the ones that need to be replaced.
Exactly. Talking about your day one, but you have to check your day one circle and see,
You
is
do.
your day one circle getting you to day 150,000 whatever? You know what I'm saying?
Is
Like,
it evolving? Is it evolving you? Is it evolving? Is it evolving your environment? Is it evolving your mental state? Is it evolving how you perceive the world, how you perceive yourself? Like, you know, you understand what I'm saying? Like, there is a necessary. There's just been, you know, people need their worlds shattered, and we are afraid to. People are afraid for their realities and for their worlds to be completely shattered. But
yes.
the only way for us to gain and the necessary sight that we all need right now, especially as we move into 2021, is allowing this world, this existence around you to shatter
Mm-hmm.
and to find some level of truth in it, because we know all truths are half truths.
Yes.
But to find some truth in it and to know without a shadow of a doubt that you know, because we're gone are the days of I believe.
Hold on, because this is really annoying the shit out of me,
It's
and
okay.
I want to go inside. So hold on.
Okay. Hi, everybody coming in. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day so far. And if not, the day is not over. The day is not over.
They are blowing me right now. Like, of all days, why would you pick the 30th to blow leaves around when it's the desert?
It's the cleaning up. Cancer is the cleaning. It's the tidying up. It's the letting go of what doesn't serve. So it makes sense.
Well, them
Maybe,
leaves don't serve us in the desert. Hold on.
maybe the time is off. The timing is most definitely off. But the action of what is happening is absolutely aligned. And I hope that you guys out there have taken the time since, you know, this week, and most definitely between yesterday and today. I hope that you guys have taken the time to clear your spaces and to clean your homes, to really go in and to deep clean your homes, you know, declutter, move stuff around, redecorate. If you've been thinking about doing it, or that's been on your heart these last few days, that's the energy of Cancer trying to get you to turn over a new leaf. so that you can invite new energy in right now, because it's going to be really necessary for us as a collective and us individually to really begin to clear out so that we can welcome this new energy in. I don't know about anybody else, but I know since December, this December the 21st took happen, things have not been the same. Things have sped up. My dreams have been off the chain and very, very telling. Your spiritual gifts should have picked up, or should have at least become more keen. You should at least have some type of clue as to what it is your giftings are, and stop looking at this thing like we look at these Marvel movies. And that's not to say that we won't shift into that space. But if you can't find identity right now in the nothingness that you see, and if you can't find identity and what your intuition is telling you that you are gifted with, you can forget the Marvel shit, baby. You're not gonna get there. You can't even see the magic in right now. And I'm telling you, the magic is happening.
Yeah. The magic is all around us, and the magic is starting in the mind.
Listen.
You know what I'm saying? And that is where a lot of us get tripped up at, because we think the magic is outside of us. We think that magic is pulling the rabbit out the hat. We think that magic is, making money appear with, a few mantras. We think that magic is, glitter and fairy and shit and UFOs flying through the sky. When magic is really the transformation of self. It is the mental it is the mental restart. You know what I'm saying? It is the mental overhaul. It is the mental decluttering.
And that's
But
where the spell is also where the spell is the deepest.
It's also, and that is another.
It's the deepest.
That is another principle, which is, polarity. Everything has a positive and a negative. You know what I'm saying? So just because, like the magic is of the mind is trickery, it's also the mind of transformation too.
Yes.
But
you have to understand certain
Hey,
principles
Novi. Sorry, go ahead.
to even be able to identify what's happening around you.
Mm-hmm.
And which, brings us into our conversation today that we're going to be having today whenever you're ready to introduce it. Yeah. But the spell is the deepest in our mental states, and it's the reason why most of our perceptions are so skewed, and why we can't get a full grasp on what is happening around us.
Mm-hmm.
Forget what's happening within our government systems. Just set that shit to the side for a second, because even in the grand scheme of things, is the biggest distraction that's in front of our face at the moment. Because what is distracting you from the most is getting back to the self.
Facts.
And so if the spell is the deepest and the mental, then that means that's where we need to start. That's where the fear is. That's where the tethers are. Okay? That's where your strongholds are. That's where your beliefs, that's where your perceptions are. This is what creates the world around you. Okay? This is what makes the reality that you most believe in the truest.
You know what? I was literally just getting a download in this moment. So I feel like we've all channeled through the chakras. And this is the last chakra that we're on. I think that we've all channeled through the chakras. We've gone through all of them. And the last one that we're at right now is the crown. This is the crown chakra. This is the crowning of the graduates, of those who were willing to walk the left-hand path, and that were willing to be consistent and not let up off the gas.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And not get tricked, using their discernment, using their third eye. Like, we talk about the chakras and aligning your chakras. Your chakras are already aligned. Your chakras are already balanced. You're already ascended through the chakras. The last step is the brain, is the mind. That is actually the hardest chakra to get through, because of the psychological operations that have existed infinitely.
I was just getting my hermetic. I was just getting in order, because you're teaching a word, but proceed.
So listen, so let me introduce the topic today. The topic today is something that I have been wanting to teach for a really, really long time now. But now these principles are all coming into play for me. Um, and
Like never
so
before.
listen, listen. It's 12:31 right now.
It's
So
131 here.
I
9,
say,
3, no 4, 3, 4, 5. I can't count.
well,
Five,
I got that
five.
seven God number over
Transformation.
here.
So it's 131 here. So transformations. And if that doesn't speak to exactly where we are right now, I don't know what's happening.
Hey, on God,
We
on
are in the
God.
middle of a transformation, but proceed.
Right. So the things that I want to talk about, you already showed the book, the Kabbalion, but I want to take the Hermetic philosophy or the Hermetic principles. Um, People call them laws, but they're actually principles because laws can be changed, principles cannot. Principles are infinite and they are rooted in reality, and you can't never get rid of principles.
He could
But you
work,
can change the laws. Laws can be changed.
i.e.,
This
your de facto government, but proceed.
exactly your de facto government on God. All right. Also your religion, but hey, who am I? Um,
What do I know?
what do I know, right? And so I say this the seven, we started at 1231, right? With this, and we are talking about the seven. 1231 equals seven. The seven hermetic principles.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I want to discuss today. We're not going to discuss all of them. We're actually going to start with the first one today, which is mentalism. All is mind. All right. The universe says, or Tahuti, you know what? Let's back it up. Golly, let's back it up. We gotta talk about who actually wrote the
Oh,
Hermetic
yes.
principles.
Yes. Proceed.
We gotta talk about who wrote the Hermetic principles. So, welcome to the age of Aquarius.
I say.
Welcome to the age of all is mind.
Yes.
Welcome to the mental game, the mental psyop.
133.
Um, Say it again.
133. Go ahead.
Ashe.
7.
What's Novi saying? Oh, she said yes. I'm like, what? Who is he's? The seven hermetic principles are for self-mastery, number one. Number two, I want to talk about who actually wrote the seven hermetic principles. So the seven hermetic principles were birthed through the energy of Tahuti or Thoth, um, or Jehudi or Mercury,
Mm-hmm.
which is your thoughts. You know, we all know about Mercury retrograde. But when we really look at, it's 3:33 right now on the East Coast. Ashe, it's a 3:33 for me. It's 3:33 for me all day. But when we look at these, when we look at the energy of Thoth, what we have to understand about, I'm going to call him Tahuti. So when we look at the energy of Tahuti, we must understand who Tahuti is, and this is why I love the vibration of deities, because deities are nothing but energies, and they are energies here to teach us lessons about life, but mostly about universal principles. Okay, and so Tahuti is a energy that is represented as the Ibis bird. Okay, now what do birds do? Birds fly
Yes.
in the what?
Yes. The
In
air.
the air.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, birds fly in the air. What do
They exist
birds?
on two planes. They exist here on the physical and they exist in the spiritual because they're able to go between both realms. So I should go ahead.
Exactly. And so because he's able to, because I'm going to say he, but Tahuti, because Tahuti is able to do this, he is considered to be like the cosmic egg or the cosmic spark of the universe. All right. Tahuti is the master of everything. Tahuti is the one who awaits for you at the scales of Mayat. Before you go to see Anubis or before you get ate up by the alligator. What's the alligator's deity's name? I can't really remember. It starts with an S. I can't remember. But so you'll either get eaten if your heart is not lighter than the feather.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And again, that is also mental as well. All right. Because the term of the weighing of the heart, we know that your heart is going to be heavier than the feather. We know this.
We know this.
But it's a spiritual, it's a mental thing, right? Because it's all about your thoughts. And your thoughts is what controls what the body does. Your thoughts control your actions. So therefore, all is mental, right? So Tahuti flies above everyone, right? He has he has a bird's eye view of everything that you do. So not only does he see what you do, not only does he hear what you do, but he also thinks what you do too. He is the recorder of everything.
Come on.
All right. So those little thoughts, those little negative thoughts that you have, if you ever thought about killing somebody, but you've never done it, but the point is that you have the capability to think about it.
Come on. And if we take that back to religion, we see the same thing, especially come up in Christianity. As a man thinketh, so is the man. So,
Yes.
and if I know from the generation of church that I came up under, it was the doctrine of if you think it, you've already done it, right? So even to think a thing, there was a need for repentance, and you don't even have to act on it. But if the thought of adultery is in your mind, if the thought of lying is in your mind, if the thought of stealing is in your mind, then that's somewhere in your being.
It is. That means that you have the capability of actually doing it. That is, and it could be circumstances, meaning that, you know the consequences, which is one of the Hermetic laws. Okay. Which is one of the Hermetic laws. All right. And as you will see at the end of this presentation, that the Hermetic laws exist as one all the time. They're always existing. You cannot get away from, you can't get away from this shit.
Yourself.
You cannot get away from this shit.
You can't get away from yourself. You can't get away from these laws. And whether we understand these laws, whether you know about the laws, whether you care to know about the laws are operating in you, within you, and around you. You're not getting away from it.
You cannot get away from it. And so, again, because Tahuti is the recorder of everything, you are judged every day.
There go your Jesus.
There go your Jesus right there. Judgment every day. Jesus is not a person. It's an energy. It's an energy. It's an energy. It's a deity. Just like Tahuti. Just like Asar. Just like Aset. Just like Mayat. These are principles.
Yes.
Christ consciousness is a principle.
Yes.
It is not a person.
That you need to be down here on your knees worshiping. Worship yourself. Worship yourself, and you worship this Jesus Christ principle that you cling so tightly to.
Yeah.
Because that's where you're going to find your Christ consciousness.
And that is mentalism. So do you want to, you have the book?
Yes.
Do you want to crack open the Kabbalion for us and
I do.
Give us a little taste of what mentalism is?
I do. Okay, guys. So we're going to go into, Sha, before we get started, how did the energy of the Kabbalion and these principles find their way to you?
They found it back in 2018. I started to research just the universe, and I came upon the 11 universal laws, but those are extracted from the 7 Hermetic principles. So in finding that is how I found the 7 Hermetic principles.
Yes. Okay. My journey with the Hermetic, because I want you guys to I asked that question because I want you guys to see how spirit shows up in different moments of your life and in different stages of your life, trying to give you keys that one may not make sense later, but that right now is being validated on so many different levels right now, right? So my first experience with the Hermetic laws, not really understanding that they were the Hermetic laws, was having the law of cause and effect, and spirit began dealing with me around the time that you and I met, like when we first made connection. And Spirit was dealing very heavily with me with the understanding the cause of law of, I'm sorry, the law of cause and effect, right? And teaching that wasn't something like picking up a book one day and saying, oh, now I know what this principle is. It's been, we've known each other for maybe about 3 or 4 years now at this point.
Yeah.
And it's been a fixing and a showing and a sharpening, okay, of this principle, and seeing this principle in real time. And I truly believe that it wasn't until I got and gained a full understanding of that law that the rest of the Hermetic principles were able to find me. You understand what I'm saying? So when Spirit brought these principles back around a couple weeks ago, when I first started talking to you about it, the shit hit so differently. You understand what I'm saying? The shit hit so differently that it made the reality in the world that I'm living in right now beyond fucking magical, right? And whether we understood what Spirit was teaching us then, it didn't matter. The full understanding of what was being shown to us then is happening right now. There are dreams and visions and things that a lot of you and that Spirit has been dealing with a lot of you with, and you haven't been able to figure out why it was necessary. But if you kept going, like Sha was saying, if you kept your foot on the gas and you didn't take it off to go back to sleep because the shit was just too difficult, you was losing too many friends, Spirit is about to prove what was being shown to you then, and is about to give full understanding and clarity. And the only way that you're going to get full understanding and clarity is by understanding these principles and these laws. I'm telling you, it's the only way. It blew my mind. So let's jump in.
Wait, hold on. Before you do that, real quick, just something came to me.
Go ahead.
So I want to answer your question differently now. So,
okay.
The first time the 7 Hermetic principles showed up for me was when I started doing spell work. And I remember one time I did a hex on somebody. And literally 4 hours after that, like something happened to the person that I hexed, which directly affected me. And it put me in a fucked up ass situation.
Come on.
And I ran to the park to dig up the hex that I did because I was like, I'm not ready for this shit yet.
Come on.
I wasn't ready.
A lot of y'all out here that's using magic to bind and to hex people when you don't even know what you're doing. And
you know how many times I bonded myself and that shit backfired?
You don't even know what you're doing. But we hexing people, right? And everybody want to be a witch. But you don't know what it is. What you're chasing is Netflix's idea of what a witch is. Because you weren't even called witches. You were sages, 144. You were medicine women. You were astrologers. You were philosophers. Right? But because they gave you empty tools and empty practices, you ain't no threat to nobody. You only a threat to yourself because you're working and operating in magic that you're completely unaware of. While you're lighting candles and fixing baths, you got powers that be that's working with real planetary energy as this sun changes every single day. But we still walking around here like everything is normal. The real magic showed up when that radiation started showing in the sky. That's when the real magic showed up on this planet. When we saw that radiation in the sky. Because that's the only thing that's going to save your ass right now. The only thing. And you got some that's going to pass because of it. Because when you really start to study radiation, alpha, beta, and then gamma, you understand that radiation is serving a purpose. It's serving a purpose. And they've been using radiation on us every day. As far as alpha and beta, you're exposed to alpha and beta radiation every day if you got a cell phone, if you're on a computer, if you mess with electronics, if you're in IT, you're exposed to different levels of radiation every single day, but you don't care about that. But the radiation that your government is afraid of, The DNA transformative radiation that's on this planet is gamma. And when you start to study gamma radiation transforms the DNA. It eradicates whatever was there, whatever you thought was there. And it's either going to take you out or you're going to make it through the next phase of the transformation. And so if you're still here, that's spirit trying to tell you that you're making it through the transformation. But a lot of y'all going to fall off in this next hit. But proceed, Sha.
Ooh, no, baby, it was on you. That was on you. You were supposed to be reading.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. So,
phase 2, yo. Oh, wait. Go ahead.
Okay, so the law that we're dealing with today is the principle of mentalism. Okay, and the quote is, "The all is mind. The universe is mental. The all is mind. The universe is mental." This principle embodies the principle that all is mind. It explains the all, which is the substantial reality underlying all the outward manifestations and appearances which we know under the terms of the material world, which is where we are now. We're going to take this a step at a time so that we understand what we're talking about and so that nobody gets lost. We're on the plane of material. This is material. This is material. Where I'm sitting at is material. We're on the material plane, okay? And what it's saying is that the all is mental is what is creating this material world around you. Am I right, Sha? Stop me at any time if I'm wrong. Okay.
You're not wrong. Go ahead.
Let's continue. The phenomenon of life, matter, energy, and in short, all that is apparent to our material senses is spirit, which in itself is unknowledgeable and undefinable, but which may be considered and thought of as an universal, infinite living mind. Okay, so let me tell y'all how it downloaded to me when I read it. When I finished reading that first part, it automatically dropped in my spirit that we were spirit made matter, and now we are matter trying to become spirit again. Matter is solid. I want to give y'all the proper definition of it. I got my computer next to me.
We quiet out here again.
Yeah, I know. We are too. Everything got quiet around us too. So matter to me was solid, becoming solid. Okay, this is what we are, this flesh. And then spirit is a gas. You can't see it. You know it's there. You can't smell it. You can't touch it, but it's there. Spirit is there. It's all around us. When our ancestors or your grandmothers, your great-grandmothers, your mothers, your fathers, when they pass away, they go from being matter, tangible, physical, touchable, okay, to being a gas, spirit again. So now it's infinite. It's unknowledgeable. It's undefinable. Right? It encompasses everything. It's everywhere. Go ahead, Sean. Did you want to say something?
Nope. I'm listening to you.
Okay. So let's continue. This principle also explains that all the phenomenal world or universe is simply a mental creation of the all, subject to the laws of things created, and that the universe as a whole and in all parts or units has its existence in the mind of the all, and the mind which we live, move, and have our being. Is that not a biblical scripture? That's a biblical scripture.
Yes.
So let's read that again. This principle also explains that all the phenomenon, I don't know if I'm saying that word right, but the
Yeah, you're right.
phenomenon world or universe is simply a mental creation of the all that you see around you. The all, the mental is here, is telling you. The Bible says in the beginning was the word, but that's not true. In the beginning was the thought, the spark.
Yes.
And then there was the word.
Then
but without the thought, how can you form words? How can you make it movable? How can you turn it into matter? Okay? So in the beginning was the thought. Thought or
thought.
Okay? Then there was the word.
Then
and
there was
then
the word.
Word made what? Matter.
Yes.
Because the all is mental.
Yes.
Okay?
Ashe.
So this law explains that all the phenomenal world or universe is simply a mental creation of the all, subjected to the laws of things created, and that the universe as a whole and in all its parts or unit has its existence in the mind of the all, in which we live, move, and have our being. The spirit made matter.
Yes.
Okay? And because spirit made matter, you now move, you have your being, you become a movable, a tangible thing. And in all that you believe and think, create, believe, all that you believe, all that you believe, all that you believe, all that you believe, you birth.
Yes.
But before
and if you
go ahead, Shy.
And if you really look at it, like, you are the thought of the creator of the thought of the creator of the thought of the creator. There is no, you are not, you are your own thoughts, but you are also thoughts of the creator as well. And so when the creator created you with sin. The creator created you with good. The creator created you with Christ consciousness. But also the creator created you with the mentality of Lucifer.
That y'all can't stand so much and that y'all want to get away from. But you
Y'all are
Lucifer.
all of these things rolled up into one. That is the spark. And Novi said it best. Aries. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It is the spark. It is the who am I? It is the identity, like you said in the beginning.
That's right.
So source and the creator gave you your identity through a thought process. But it was through the thought process of their own. Because it says that you are created out of the creator's creation. So therefore you're a co-creator and you're the thoughts of the creator as well, right?
But you don't have your own thoughts because you're watching television. And then television is giving you your thoughts. Proceed.
Well, and that is part of the mentalism. That is a part of the psyop.
Yes. Yes.
And so guess what, you guys? Your government
Come through, spirit. Come through.
My bad, I'm sorry. Somebody was calling me. But yeah, so like,
it's okay.
you know,
it's okay. That's because we teaching.
Yes, exactly. But your government is using these hermetic laws against you every day while you go in circles thinking that you are making decisions that are best for your life, when in reality, the psyop is what is controlling your whole entire life. And so it is insanity to think that if you're going to continue to think in the way that which was given to you by another creator, again, like you said, not having your own thoughts, it now starts to develop a chain effect of all of the hermetic principles
that you live,
they all exist,
move, and have your being.
They all exist at the same damn time,
and they're never not in effect.
They're never not in effect. They're principles, y'all, meaning that you cannot get away. Nobody is above the law, meaning that nobody is above hermetic law. Nobody is above the principles of the law.
Nobody.
Like, we're not talking about written laws that these fake ass de facto government are creating, that they switch up every 2 years, that you can vote on based on the psychological operation, that you think you're making a defined choice based on your mind, when really you're making a choice based on a fucking thought that was given to you by somebody else because they want to control you for their own motherfucking operations.
Sis, you better go off and not take a breath, okay? Go off and not take a breath.
But we still sit here and say, oh, I have my own mind. Oh, I don't think like that. Oh, I don't believe in that. Well, how do you know? How do you even know what you believe in if you don't even know what hermetic law is? If you don't even know that the first law is that all is mental. Just like Novi said, y'all working the fuck backwards. Ooh. How you gonna burn a candle and manifest money if you still have a poverty mindset?
Ooh. And making poverty choices. And
how are you going to manifest love if you don't even love your motherfucking self?
And you
don't even know who you are.
And you angry.
And your Aries is completely flooded with bullshit. Aired out with bullshit. It doesn't make sense. And then again, like I said, like, it just that goes along with accountability.
That's the order of, let me tell you something. That is the order of 2021. It was the order of 2022 of this year. It was accountability. That's the word of the day. Accountability. Because it's the accountability for your actions, for your beliefs, for your thoughts, for your mental state. Like, we don't have nobody else to point the fingers at anymore. And I don't think that people understand that. But accountability is what breaks the chains. Accountability is what breaks the spell. Saying, I thought this way and I knew this to be true. And so I operated in these things because I knew this to be true, because I thought this to be true, because I believed this to be true. And so I'm operating in these things and in these behaviors and in these perceptions. And then you're trying to figure out why your life is in shambles. And this year, me and Shy have been talking all year about how spirit was going to pull the rug from under us. And you were either going to do this work by choice, willfully, and just surrender, or you were going to be forced into this thing. And now many of you are going to be forced into this thing. And you can't get away from it this time.
And you won't get away from it this time.
You won't get away from it. Go ahead, boo.
Especially with this second strand coming. Y'all really about to get hit. Another mental psychological operation. And y'all, they are going off in the comments because someone just brought up, and what's crazy,
because of the sun, so you got to read it. I can't, the glare from the sun is not allowing me to see any of the comments, so you got to read them.
All right, I got you. So Cosmic Cutie, I think it is. She said, take this in, Novi, boundaries, which bound, and then the word Aries. Boundaries. Aries is in the word boundaries. And literally on my stories today, I posted a couple hours ago that 2021 is the year of boundaries.
Yes, you did. Yes, you
2020, did. I posted that a couple hours ago.
Yes, you did.
It is boundaries. And we were saying in the beginning of this feed that a lot of us don't have boundaries. And I admitted that I don't have any boundaries. Why? Because I am still trying to develop my own motherfucking thoughts.
That's so honest. That's so damn honest. Because people do not want to admit that you don't think for yourself. You don't even know what your brain feel like, what it sound like, what it look like, what it feel like. You don't know. And your ego won't allow you to admit that you don't know.
But we need the ego. The ego is what anchors us.
Oh, we need it. It serves
the purpose. Anchoring.
But everything has a time and a season.
But again, polarity. ego
Yes.
has a polarity.
Yes.
The ego has a good side and a bad side.
Yes, it does.
It has a masculine side and a feminine
Yes,
side.
it does.
You know what I'm saying? So again, like I said, like all of these things exist together in order to create a triangle, a pyramid.
Come on.
And you got your foundations, and then you got your, y'all, we've mastered the foundations.
We've mastered it.
We haven't mastered our minds.
No.
That's the one thing that is lost. Like you say, decapitated.
Yo, yeah, we are well past decapitation. These niggas does not sleep. They decapitated. We said that how long ago we said that on a live, on one of those lives. Like
That was months ago.
It's nothing there. Like, and what's interesting, I'm so glad that that person even said that. The state of the world in which we are in, it's even being seen in our awakened rest. When I say awakened rest, I'm talking about the dream state.
Facts.
Because you are awake there, but you are also dead. You know, every time you go to sleep at night, you die. You know, and then your soul has to make it back to the body in time in order for you to exist back here in this realm again, right? That's why they say if you die in your dream, you die. If you die there, you die here, right? So that tells you that the soul leaves. And what validates that? The walls of Egypt. When they would show Osiris going through the state of dreams, going through the dream realm, so much so that they depicted and drew it on the pyramids, showing him dying to himself every night, every time he went to sleep. And then you would see his spirit gas. You would see the gas of him awaken from the matter of him. And in the spirit of him, he still had work to do. And so what you would see happen and what was being depicted was that the tools that he was taking from that spirit realm, he took physical tools back with him to the matter, to deal with the matter of things.
And this is why we must go back.
Yes. Because
the future is in the past and the past is in the future.
Yes. Yes.
You cannot have future and past exist without each other.
They're existing at the same time.
So going back to get what was yours, the tools, i.e. the magician card.
Come on. Come on.
The magician card in tarot, your physical tools, you have to go back in order to manifest physical tools. You got to go back to get your mind.
That's so heavy.
Age of Pisces was the you do as I say and not as I do. You gonna listen to me. I don't give a fuck about your mind. And now we're in the age of Aquarius where it's like, I'm giving you the freedom to develop your own mind, but I'm also
giving you the freedom
fuck your mind up in the
own knowledge.
But I'm also gonna fuck your mind up in the midst of giving you freedom to think the way you want to think.
Aquarius
Sankofa is going back for the cosmic egg.
And Aquarius breaks systems. Aquarian energy breaks. It destroys systems. It restores order. It gives new thoughts. I know that's why I'm here as an Aquarius rising. I came here specifically to eradicate what exists now and to create an entirely new world. And if I look around me and if I think around me, I know that I've done that and I know that I'm doing that. But we're all being called to do it on a higher level, collectively and individually.
Yes.
But we can't aid each other if we're individually sick.
Listen, and we can't
even come together in a collective thought.
Yeah.
Because we don't even understand our own thoughts. You know?
Because these are not our thoughts.
No.
These thoughts are not ours. And that's hard for a lot of people to understand because they think that they have the freedom to think, but you don't if you are taking everything that YouTube says, if you're taking everything that the news says, if you're taking everything that religion says, if you're
Turn it
taking
over.
everything that the medical industry is saying, if you're taking everything that
Turn it
this
over.
love expert is saying, and you're not even saying, okay, let me use this to assist. It's a tool. It is not the gospel. It is not God-written law. It's just a thought of someone else's thought of someone else's thought of someone else's thought.
Here go your God. Here go your God laws. Here they right here. That's the only laws.
The only principles are the 7 Hermetic principles. There are no other laws that exist.
That's it.
There are no other thought processes that exist.
That's it. And if I look around and I really take the time to be present with where we are in the world, you can actively see the powers that be operating in these Hermetic laws. You can see it in action because the world is a what? Is a grand stage.
The stage.
And you are about to have your debut.
Let me tell you, a script comes from someone's mind.
Yeah.
It is a creation of someone's thoughts.
And then Hollywood creates the mental because the all is mental. So if you can sell someone on a thought,
you're winning.
You're winning. You're winning. If you control what a man thinks, you have the man. You never have to raise a gun.
Nope.
You never have to raise a weapon.
Ever.
Right?
Ever.
You just control what a person believes.
This is why the American people have guns and they haven't killed the government yet. This is why the American people have guns and they have yet to do anything to the government. And people sit up here and wonder, oh, the U.S. is the only country that has guns. The civilians can have guns legally. You have felons on the street that got guns, and they ain't going to do a goddamn thing about it.
Smart enough to have one. I know I do.
Well, no. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm saying
I'm talking to the people.
Oh, okay, I got you.
You know, I hope that you are also protecting yourself in those ways for the world that's being created around you. You know, we have to use both. You know,
there is real danger out here.
There's very real danger out here, right? And just because we avoid it, or just because we don't talk about it, just because you don't acknowledge it, doesn't mean that it goes away. It doesn't mean that it's not happening. It means that you're avoiding it in hopes that somebody is going to come along and heal it, and then you can finally open your door and come back out your house because the world is safe again. That shit is not. Y'all do understand that that's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
And that's that law of cause and effect. You know what I'm saying? Because you continue to avoid the shit, the problem grows bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Example. Beautiful. Cause and effect. So because majority of Americans went out and voted this November, you were giving permission to a de facto government that you are for and want whatever laws that they decide to give to you, that you give them full power and reign over what you think, where you go, what you believe, okay, what you take into your body, what you eat, what you give your kids, if you own your children, you know. And so because you went out and voted in the system, you and gave that permission, the effect is the military is about to run your hoods.
All because somebody told y'all.
It's that simple.
That you should vote.
Run your hoods.
They about to run the hoods.
It's really that simple. If we look at the programming, especially as it centers around the vaccine, you see who they are gunning this towards. People that look like you and people that look like me. Okay? And it's for a reason. It's the transforming of your DNA. And all you got to do is go do a quick Google search to find that out. That's not even fear-mongering. Their doctors tell you that there are active ingredients in there that is going to alter the DNA.
Bell's
Your
palsy.
DNA. Why would
Bell's
that be
palsy.
necessary? Why would that be necessary?
You got people's faces drooping. It's 111 here, Ashe. You have people's faces drooping. You have people dying, collapsing.
But y'all don't care, because there's going to be a
But
lot of people that's going to go out there and take this vaccine. Because
all
Kamala
because
got on TV yesterday and was like, I don't feel a thing.
yeah, y'all black. What is she? The vice president? Y'all black vice president.
I don't feel a thing.
Come on, sisters, let's do it together.
You're right, she didn't feel a thing, but you gonna feel a thing.
She ain't feel a thing because she ain't real.
But that's another conversation for another.
That's another conversation for another day. We can't even go there today. But you know what I'm saying? Like it's just. I just want us to have our own minds, not the minds of the powers that be that have been controlling us. We have to let go of those dogmatic shackles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Again, like the physical slavery is done. It's the mental slavery.
It's mental now. It really is. And that's what this conversation is about. The all is mental, and understanding the all is mental. You break the shackles.
You
break
the shackles.
You break it. And then there's a beautiful opportunity presented to you to be able to create again. We're watching the world collapse around us, rightfully so. It's all going to shatter. How do I know? Because I've seen it. When I say my dreams have been so telling, Shy knows, because we talk all the time.
Yes.
And we're always sharing. Like when we come to y'all and we be having these conversations, I need y'all to understand that these be conversations that we've been having for months, for weeks. I know myself, I haven't felt led to speak or to say much because I'm taking it all in. Like there's so much happening on this planet. There's so much happening above us in the spirit. And we're being dealt with individually in so many different ways that I think silence is necessary right now, because it's going to be the only way that you're going to be able to hear what's being said. I keep saying to y'all, if spirit have an ear, let them hear. If man have an ear, let them hear what spirit is saying to the churches.
Yes.
You are the church. And spirit is speaking. One of my most recent dreams that I had, I was in a boat traveling with a few other women, very successful women. We were all bosses, and what we understand a boss to be in this realm or in this understanding. And we were taking a trip across the waters, and we were ready. I remember myself feeling ready. I remember myself feeling like I was deserving of being there.
Yes.
I remember myself feeling like I deserved to be around these powerful women that were around me in this boat traveling. And we were living good, y'all. I felt opulence around me. I felt the riches around me. And at the last minute, right before the boat was about to take off, one of the women stands up and she says, "No, I don't want to go. I'm not ready to go." No, and we're looking at her like, "Sis, like, what's happening?" And she's like, "No, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I let me off. I don't want to go." And so we made the decision to let her off. And when we made the decision to let her off, the dream looped. Hear what I'm saying, y'all. The dream looped. And when I woke up out of that dream, spirit began to deal with me about the meaning of what that dream was conveying. And that Many of us have people around us that are going to cause you to reset.
Go back in the loop again.
Okay? And you have the understanding of where you need to go. Not only was this a spiritual thing, but Source was physically moving us too. Like physically. There was a lot of people who were told to go this year and to pick up and move this year. Don't worry about how it's going to get done. Don't worry about where the money was going to come from. Don't worry about who was going to help you. You couldn't worry about who was going to come with you. You just had to move. Okay? And I told Sha when it happened, when it was happening, I said the spirit was positioning us, especially those of us who were able to jump outside of, as Sha was explaining, to jump outside of the loop. Right? If you did not move this next year and anything, whether it was moving people out of your life, whether it was moving from one job to another, whether it was moving your ass out of the job system altogether, if it was the push to move you into entrepreneurship, okay, if it was a push to move you from your man or your woman that you was dating, if the call to move came and you did not listen, this next year, these next few years are going to be very difficult. And if you do not get a spiritual system and practice and rooting in place right now, you are going to collapse underneath it. That is not a threat. That is not fear-mongering. That is a promise.
That's a prophecy from spirit.
That dream
Divine prophecy.
A warning. Y'all have people around you. You have experiences around you that is going to cause all the work that you've been doing in your shadow self to reset. Get them off the boat. To be in a boat is to travel. You're traveling.
On water.
On water.
Through the movement of air as well. Because air shifts the sails, which positions the boat in the right direction.
Come on. Come on.
We have to be scientists in these times. We have to become science majors of elements. You know, which, so shout out to Amina, because I'm
just about to say, if y'all need that elemental balance and learning that elemental balance and getting yourselves in order as it relates to the elements within you, you need to be in the currency cove. Amina, period, aka Wise Royalty. You need to be in there.
Gotta be there. Whew. You know, it's heavy because this is the work that a lot of people are avoiding. And the one thing that really stuck out to me that you said a while ago in the conversation was the reward of not letting up off the gas. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of us gave up because it was too hard.
Yeah, you were losing too many people.
You're losing too many people. You were losing yourself. You were depressed. You may have lost your home. You may have lost, you know, everything materialistically around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you may have lost your job. You may have quit your job. You may have lost a car. All these things. Like, I mean, I haven't had a car since last July.
Yeah.
Even though I've been renting cars, I don't have an actual vehicle anymore. You know what I'm saying?
But did it stop your movement?
Hell no. I moved my ass right out to Vegas without a car.
Spirit said, and how can new material come in? Because all is mental creates the material world around you. How can new material come if the old material is not removed?
But you know what? I'm thinking in my thinking, you know, and I've been so honest about my thoughts because I didn't appreciate the shit that I had when I had it.
Girl.
I did not appreciate the shit that I had when I had it.
Let me tell you something. I was watching this little YouTube show last night, and the girl, one of the main characters had everything. She was a boss. She had a husband. They had a beautiful home. Blase, blase, blase. But throughout the whole season of the show, all you heard her do was complain.
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And after I finished, when it got to the last episode, she's sitting on the bed and she's talking to her husband, and she says, "I had everything. I had everything that I could ever want." And she starts to list off the things that she had, and she says, and she said, "Then I lost everything, and I now I find myself in the position of now having to work for somebody else, which was something I said that I would never do."
Ooh.
And once it got to the end of the episode, I heard Spirit say loud as day, she spoke it away. She thought it away because she wasn't ready for it to begin with.
Yes.
So now I have to put you under, Spirit says, now I have to put you under Saturn. Now I have to put you over somebody to govern over you. And that's what's been happening with us as a collective. We've been so immature and so infantile.
Yes.
And so Spirit gave restrictions and boundaries, and now it's teaching boundaries. And the only way that you're going to get that governorship removed is coming into the knowledge and into the accountability of the self.
You do not know what you have until it's gone.
Facts.
And that includes your motherfucking mind.
222. Period.
That includes your mind. You don't know what you have until it's gone, until you can't think for yourself no more.
Listen.
And that's exactly what we're walking into 2021.
And you about to
It's
see more
it's
of
122 here. That's 5. Ashe.
You going
A lot of y'all worlds are about to be rocked. You thought that 2020 was something? Y'all ain't seen nothing yet.
Shattered. But for other people, it's going to be different. There's going to be a polarity. There's going to be a polarity.
Ooh. Well, they say they're building 2 worlds on this planet right now. Polarity, duality. 2 worlds are being built right now. One for the sheep, and another for the motherfuckers that decided to not sell their minds away, and now they're going like this.
And we said that on 2 lives ago. We said that the separation and the choosing was going to come to 2 lives ago.
And here it is. It's right the fuck here.
Sovereignty, yes.
Y'all, we're about to go into their new year, and motherfuckers is gearing up once again to engage in these dumb fuck ass holidays, spending all of their little fucking money and shit.
But ain't nobody built the storehouse. Still.
Or you still haven't left that job that you're supposed to do. You still haven't moved. You still haven't gotten rid of that man. You still haven't done the things that you need to do. You still haven't taken my shadow work course. You still ain't bought some teas and tinctures from Holland Spices to get your health right.
Plug. Coming back next tomorrow.
Because exactly, facts. But guess what? They rather buy shoes. They rather buy hair. They rather buy nails. I ain't been waxed in months. I have gone without. The only thing that I've really done is got my hair done, because that's my crown. I need my hair done.
Yo, those days.
I need my crown done.
Those days are
but
gone.
I've done without.
Yeah.
Gone. You know what I'm saying? And like, to be able to live amongst the people that are still embedded and rooted in the mindset of the Matrix, like, it's for me, it brought a sense of insecurity, because I wasn't the person that I was. I wasn't the glamorous girl. You know, I didn't have all my lashes and my nails and all of this shit, which I thought is what made me.
That was so good to say it that way, that it did bring up insecurity. You're absolutely right about that.
It brought a lot of insecurities with me. I mean, like, y'all, I'm good, but I don't have my own place. I'm moving from Airbnb to Airbnb, which is fine. That was the plan anyway, because I'm still trying to figure out where the fuck I really want to lay my head at and stay. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to make a conscious decision. I don't have a car. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm very vulnerable out here, because all the shit that I had back in Maryland that I thought made me, I thought I was the shit because of it.
Yeah.
It don't mean nothing. Because these motherfuckers is fucking with me without all of that shit.
Come on. And because you're all, yes. We was going to the same place.
what did you say to me? You said when you go out there, people are gonna fuck with you because of your aura,
Yes.
because of your energy.
Yes, that was
And
how
that
your
is
connection.
that is your mental.
Yeah.
That is your mental. That is the energy that you exude.
Yes.
I don't have shit to offer nobody out here.
Yes.
But my energy.
Yes.
And that shit is on 1,000.
And that's your currency.
That is my currency.
That's your currency. And I think the song that explains that the most is Ariana Grande's song, Just Like Magic. Middle finger to my thumb, and then I snapped it. Just like magic. Just like magic. I get everything I want because I attract it. Because I'm attractive. She ain't talking about her looks. She's talking about her spirit. She's talking about her mental state. I get everything I want because I attract it.
Yeah.
What are you attracting? Well, what does your mental state look like? What your mental state looks like, I'll tell you what you're attracting. I know who you are by how you think.
And some people are fucking miserable.
Period.
You think that people got it all? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, you know, for a while I was in the sugar baby lifestyle and I was dating these wealthy men for their money and for what they could give to me. You know what I'm saying? Got the money, got the clothes, did all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I was still fucking miserable.
Mm-hmm.
I was still broken.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't catch me outside with my real hair out. You couldn't catch me outside without nails. You couldn't catch me outside without heels and dressing up. You couldn't catch me outside without going to some nice ass, luxurious ass, fucking expensive ass restaurant.
Yes.
I've done all that shit. I traveled all last year. And guess what? I'm still fucking sitting up here crying every motherfucking day over this shadow work. I'm still broken.
Girl.
That shit ain't made me.
Girl.
But guess what? When I fix myself, baby, and the universe says, "Okay, sis, you ready for your reward?
Mm-hmm.
You ready for this shit?"
Mm-hmm.
Because when I get it, my mind is different.
Come on. Come on.
The way I think about these materialistic things are different because I know that they are not me and I'm not them.
Come on.
They're just a part of the experience.
And we know what experience is, what they are.
Listen, y'all, the things that you have possession-wise is exactly what we've been talking about and telling y'all. There are things outside of you that don't serve you. It's just a distraction. It's just a way to keep you implanted into a mindset that is not yours.
That's it.
We don't need none of this shit. We never had none of this shit.
Nope.
We didn't need none of this shit. We did not need none of this shit. You don't need that job. You don't need that car. You don't need that weed. You don't need that man with $1 million.
You don't?
Because guess what? That motherfucker's probably just as miserable as you. And people are really not happy. The sugar baby world, I'm sorry, man. Them bitches is not happy.
Listen.
They are miserable.
They are miserable.
The money is what is keeping them happy, which again is, if we know what money is, we understand what money is. Money got white people faces on it. Let's be real.
Let's be honest.
So it is nothing but a continue. It's just another way to transform, or what is it called? The perpetual transmutation of energy.
That's it.
All you're doing is taking one energy and you're transferring it into another. This is why I got out of that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Toxic as fuck. Couldn't do it. Could not do it anymore because it was against the Hermetic principles. It's against Hermetic principles. And yes, there are women out here that are getting the money, that are living great lifestyles.
And they're miserable too.
They're miserable too.
They're miserable. The ones that getting their body done, that think that is a representation of self-love. Or that, and the notion that if you change yourself, it'll make you happy, or what you don't like about yourself, you change. Well, the real root of it is you should be trying to figure out why you don't like yourself, not how you can change it so that you can like yourself more. So they're all miserable.
And these surgeons in the medical industry, that is the transformation of body is through the medical industry.
Yeah.
It is a thought process.
Yes.
Someone woke up and said, "Oh, these women don't like themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give them
Everything you want.
the ability to change themselves
Yeah.
through surgery."
Yeah.
That shit is not the fuck natural.
Yeah. So when nature starts to break down everything, as nature, not when, as nature is breaking down everything that's artificial, right? Because as the head goes, so does the body follow. So as nature is breaking down everything that is artificial within this plane, what do you think happens with artificially created human beings? They break down too.
They break down too.
The bodies break down. The technology breaks down.
Because
And
it's
now
not
that we're about to
real.
shift into a dark age, y'all think that these surgeons are going to be out here maintaining your bodies? I'm going to go with a no. But
because you got to keep it up. You got to go back and get maintenance.
they're not going to be keeping up with your bodies. So when the artificial shit that's in your body starts to affect you, because it will, all you need to do is look at K. Michelle. That wasn't just a rare chance, or it wasn't just like a one in a
some fluke ass shit.
Yes, that's not how this goes. The materials were inside of her body for a long period of time. And as the material existed inside of her body, the body started to eat away at the material. And therefore, what was encased inside of those little sacks bled out.
Bled out. And it's so funny. It's so funny because I remember like saying this not too long ago, that when I went to go put my weaves and my wigs back on, like I felt like my thoughts were not mine.
Come on.
Those materials hold, this shit holds energy, you guys.
It does.
The law of vibration. Everything holds fucking energy.
Yes, it does.
So that weave and shit that we be wearing, the human hair weave and shit that we be wearing.
Listen, you better stick with the artificial one. Because what were the thoughts of the hair that's in your head right now? What were the thoughts? That's why I'm not gonna say it.
No, say it.
You're not ready.
No, say
That's
it.
why everybody want to be a bad bitch and have strong knees. Social media has become an advertisement of how capable women are in bed. Period. And it seems like the longer the hair get, the more exotic the hair get, the more ridiculous the behavior becomes. And I don't understand it. I don't understand social media. I don't understand the images that's being forced upon young girls who are growing up thinking that everything is about a bad bitch mentality, that women empowerment is over sexualization of the body, okay? That
y'all think that shit's cute.
That yoga is watching women be half naked, right? But you're not selling sex.
Women twerking and showing their ass cheeks and thong prints on social media, like
we're more than that. Everything has and serves a purpose. Everything has and serves a purpose. And into everything, it has its seasons. And the season that we're currently trying to be kept in, or that you're currently that they are currently molding you into, is going to cause you to miss aspects of your ascension. Period.
And that's if you want to ascend, because everybody don't want to, and that's okay.
That's okay too. Come down here and repeat this shit a few more times. Cool.
But I don't want to.
I'm good. Like I feel like I've gotten my lessons and I've learned them. I'm really understanding these hermetic laws, and I'm just watching the transformation that's taking place not only within myself, but on this planet. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm watching the way that the world is transforming, even in my awakened rest. And one of my most last dreams that I had a few days ago, it was disturbing. It was disturbing. You hear the birds?
They talking.
It was disturbing. And so I saw these streets go empty with nothing but blood left. I saw it clear as day. I saw the beings that walk among us, that most of y'all think are like you, or that are this word that's a human being, because you're not even that.
Who told you that?
Most of you are probably not even from this planet, this realm, wherever the hell we are.
I don't even know where the hell we are. And that's another thing. When you start to break down and you realize you don't know shit, you can't really like believe what people are telling you, or what you see is in front of you. Because if you know that you don't know shit, then what makes you think that the next person knows more than you? You don't know shit.
Thank you. And that's the beginning of knowing and finding out that you don't know a damn thing, and that everything that we thought we knew is
Does
all
not exist.
bullshit. And that's why I say that people are afraid for their worlds to be shattered. This year was a grace period, I believe. This was our last grace period.
We got one more. We got 10 more weeks
of shattering, like of people being afraid, because spirit know that you won't let it collapse. And so this year, I feel spirit was giving us grace and allowing us to come into these understandings without being overwhelmed. You know, we experience being very overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? You still experience those moments of experiencing a death. And we all did. If you've made it to this side, you died to yourself. You had to die to that person. That person couldn't even fathom or carry the perspectives that you understand and sit with today. So the person had to die. The tongues are not even the same. The eyes are not even the same. That's why I can get on video now, not being insecure about my eyes, because I don't look this way. Yeah. But I know that the being was so powerful that it zoomed this position. Some shit got fucked up. So I'm gonna let that stop my purpose, and I'm gonna let that stop me from showing up.
Because these eyes are deceiving.
For sure. This is the deception. One that I ever needed was this one. The only one we've ever needed was this one.
The one. Notice you only have one brain. You got one brain, one third eye. You got one nose, two nostrils.
Period. You
got one mouth, two lips. Because you can speak negative or you can speak positive. And you can breathe in negative, you can breathe out positive. You can see positive, you can see negative. But you can only think one way.
Damn. And that's good.
That's why you got two hands.
That's good.
You got 2 feet.
That's good.
But you only have one sexual organ. Because it can only do one thing, which is create.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? So yes, it's a perfect design. And we have to learn about the design of our bodies.
Yes.
We will definitely save this.
Yeah.
But we have to learn the design of our body, which is mental. We got to start studying. This is the age of study.
Yes. And there's so much out here that you can't say that you don't got nothing to study. I just learned today that there's a pyramid in Antarctica that is the exact same as the Bermuda Triangle pyramid. So it's pyramids here in Arizona.
There's pyramids everywhere.
So you can't tell me that you don't have nothing to study. Just studying yourself will take centuries. So you'll never run out of things to study.
Never. So if you think you know everything, goddammit, you already dead. Ooh. You're already dead. And half of y'all don't even know how to die. So if you are dead because you think you know every damn thing,
you reincarnated and you think that's good.
And that is the lesson of your dream in the boat. Would the woman say, I'm not ready? That's her mind.
Reset.
Her mind said, I'm not ready. Well, why aren't you ready?
Reset.
Because you want to go back to the old world, because you're afraid to detach and get on that boat and tread on those new waters and let that new air hit you. Because you still want to stay stuck on stupid.
You tethered. Your tethers, which is the things that are keeping you, if you need to see it in a visual representation, see the matrix. when he woke up and this and the part of the movie and they saw themselves attached to the machines. If you need a clear example, your tethers are your children. They're the people that you love. They're the experiences that you think that you are so attached to, that you believe to be so true within the deepest parts of yourself. Okay? The tethers are your children. They're your parents. They're your cousins. They're your jobs. They're your belief systems. They're all like physical tethers. So
physical contracts.
When you physically die to this body, see that shit like a bungee cord. As soon as your spirit tries to get out of this bitch, it's something that's gonna zoot you right back here. Bam! In a different form.
Like a rubber band, snap it back.
Call that shit the Big Bang Theory.
That is the Big Bang Theory. It's the spark.
It's keeping you here. Your fears is keeping you here. The belief in COVID is going to keep you tethered to this program. That doesn't exist in my world.
Again, like I told you, people are still asking me, who do I think is going to win the presidency?
Child, I need y'all to be okay that Trump is your president and just get over it. Like, that's it. I don't, like, just get over it. And soon it just may be China altogether. So it ain't even going to matter. And in the grand scheme of things.
In the grand scheme of things.
Because even what you think you believe is a deeper belief. And even what you think to be true is a half truth.
And what you think is a lie is a half lie.
So what do you really know? Nothing.
Not a damn thing.
Nothing. And that's the beginning of knowing. Period. And the only way to know is to deal with the mental, because the all is mental.
I don't know how we expect any change and transformation in our lives if we can't even think to start to do it.
And we gotta think. We really have to get a hold of our minds, guys. We gotta get a hold of our mental state. No matter how, bad those mental states may be, no matter how well you think you're put together, we are breaking and transforming and releasing every day. Every day you become a new being, and you identify a new version of yourself, a new level of yourself. And it's okay to change. It's okay to be one way one day and to believe and think things so strongly. And then when you wake up, your whole mental is different. Your whole understanding of the world is different. Your conversations are different.
The people around you are different.
Yes.
I was talking about, new friends or no new friends. Mm-hmm. And a lot of us need motherfucking new friends.
Child. A lot of you have been forced into having new friends.
Yep.
And that's okay. It's the surrendering to why you understand that it's happening. Do you know why it's happening? Because if you don't know why it's happening, you're just going to attract the same beings, and they're just going to look different.
And that's another repeated cycle right there.
Yes.
Looping. It's another looping. Not only will you come back to this world, but you will also experience the same people, the same energies. Again, just cloaked differently.
Listen, I'm telling you.
And so the cycle, again, Hermetic law exists at one time. So does infinity. Infinite energy exists. That's why the Magician card has the infinity sign above his head.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? So it's, again, someone said earlier, symbolism. Everything is symbols. Everything. Symbols is a part of mental. This is why I taught the sigil class. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because that sigil class, not only was it teaching you how to draw sigils based on what is in the mind, but it's also about detaching yourself from what you think something is supposed to look like.
Yes.
People found it very hard to just let go and just to use their third eye to create a sigil based on their subconscious thoughts.
Yes.
And people are so, well, it has to look like this. It has to be this. It has to be that. Why does it have to be that?
Exactly.
Why does it have to make sense? That is chaos magic. It's not supposed to make sense.
Come on.
That is this experience. We want to attach things to the outcome. We always want to attach to outcomes. We want to know it. Well, what is it? Like people when they come for tarot, well, what is my next year going to look like? Okay, well, I can give you a synopsis of what your year is going to look like, but it's going to be all depending on your mind and how you react and respond to these energies every month. It doesn't mean that this is going to happen. It means that it's going to happen, and when it presents itself, how are you going to react and respond? And that's going to be the outcome. But if you're attached to that outcome, it's like a marathon. Mm-hmm. Right, you're right. So you're in this race. You're running a marathon. You know it's a 10K race, but they don't tell you about the things that they don't tell you where the water checkpoints are. Mm-hmm. They don't tell you where the resting checkpoints are. Mm-hmm. They don't tell you where the end is. Mm-hmm. They don't tell you that there's a hill over there. They don't tell you that there's a pothole over there. They didn't tell you that there's a path where you could get stung by bees. I don't know, just being random. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, so again, like we were talking about, like, if you knew what the outcome would be, then you wouldn't do the work to get there.
Many of you would give up right out the bat. I know
if you knew how tough it would be.
Mm-hmm. I know. And again, plenty of times.
Facts. And just like with the shadow work thing, when people say, "Oh, shadow work is this, shadow work is that," how do you know if you've never even
never done it? How
started the process?
How do you know? And many of you put too much stake in tarot readers anyway. Y'all put them where, and it's not to say that we don't have some powerful ones out here. I'm talking to right now. He's a powerful diviner. But y'all also are putting these spiritualists in the place of giving them that Jesus Christ symbolism. In my Father's house are many mansions, or I go to prepare a place before you. How they don't know if you ain't prepared nothing. And if
I don't know what you prepared.
Exactly. And if they're a good reader, they're going to tell you that you ain't prepared nothing.
And that energy will come. Facts. You got tarot readers out here selling y'all dreams.
Basically. And root workers.
And root workers. Just like I said today about manifesting. I'm like, no one tells you that manifesting is based on your mind.
Or and actual actions.
Because it starts with the mind, and then you react or respond.
Yes, you have to have a plan in manifestation. It ain't just you wrote that on a piece of paper and burned it under the fire, and now this miraculous life is going to materialize around you. That's not how it works. That's not how any of it works.
No.
None of it. That's like when Spirit gave Akila the vision of Highland Spices, and that would have been like us just sitting there for 3 years in Berlin, New Jersey. Like, well, Spirit gave us the vision of an apothecary, but we ain't putting no action to it, and we just waiting for the shit to materialize around us. That makes sense? That don't make sense.
Makes no sense. I mean, that would be like me sitting on the fact that I was supposed to move.
Exactly.
I could have still been in Maryland right now.
Girl. And obedience causes unnecessary sacrifices. Remember we talking about that?
Yes.
Spirit gave us the I know before all this shit really happened, before the world got into the state that it was in, we've been talking about, and that's why I keep trying to stress to y'all that a lot of the stuff that's happening right now, I don't think it catches us off guard. I don't know if it catches you off guard, but it doesn't catch me off guard because we've been having these conversations for 4 years, and everything that we've talked about, we're seeing happen around us, and Spirit has been dealing with us as it relates to that. When shit was getting really rough, when I was coming into the understanding of what this world was and what was happening around us, the world started to become a very scary place. And at the same time, I knew that Spirit would give provision and covering, because if Spirit brings you into the understanding of what is happening in this season, make no mistake that provision is not going to follow it. Provision will follow it, but you have to be obedient. in order for the provision to even have a place. You got to give it something to work with. And
Yes.
so when the world started to become very scary, Spirit started to tell me not to worry, that everything was going to be okay. And that when it was time for us to move, when it was time for us to go to safety, right? Because we bought land, myself and Akila bought land in Arizona maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Raw land, 5 acres of land out here, preparing for what is happening right now.
Yeah.
Okay. And so we didn't know how we was going to get to Arizona. We didn't know when the shit was going to happen, none of it. But we knew that our safety and our covering was here in Arizona. Okay. And so during the time that Spirit was trying to settle me and to ground me, Spirit began to say that when it was time to go, that the reason that I needed to tap in to my spiritual practices and really becoming very serious about the matter of spirit, it was going to serve me because that was the only way that I would know when it was time to go and when it was time to run, when it was time to move. And that call came, what, Shy? You left, when'd you leave?
11/11.
You left 11/11.
Mm-hmm.
After you left, there started to be anxiety that started to grow in me. Because I'm like, okay, I see what's happening, and their spirit is saying it's time to go. And at the time, nothing around myself and my wife, we weren't prepared in any way to get up and to move all the way to the West Coast. Like we weren't prepared to do any of it. And so when Sha left, I started to feel the anxiety and the impression that, okay, it's about to be time for us to go. And so as we got closer into December, I started to feel panicky, and not like panicky, like something was going to happen, even though I know something was happening and something is happening. But I started to feel the call that it was time to go. Again, y'all, we was not prepared. Spirit had been nudging me, and I hadn't said anything to kill it because I'm like, I didn't want to overwhelm her or to make her, start to panic or anything. But I knew it was time.
Yeah.
We were on the phone talking one day, and she says out of the blue, this was way before the 11th of December, and she says, I think y'all going to be gone before the 21st. Or maybe you said the 11th. And I said, yo, Sha, I swear to God, I have been feeling like we are going to be out of here. And I said, before the 11th. That's what I said
right.
to him on the phone.
I said, y'all are not going to make it until then. Because originally, your original was February. And I'm like, y'all not going to make it that far.
Yes, exactly. The original move time was February. Getting us some order. And so we were we had to do this shit, y'all, in a matter of a month. Not even a month. Weeks. But Spirit said that it was time to go and that we needed to move. And so we had to be obedient. Boom. Booked the plane tickets, started getting everything in order to go, packing the house up, all that good stuff. I found out later that there was an eclipse on December the 14th. We knew about the 21st. We've been preparing for the 21st. But I didn't know about the eclipse. Okay? And the eclipse is those are defining moments. Those are life-shifting and life-altering moments. And sometimes they can lock you into where you are, the reality of where you are. And that's why I was saying to y'all earlier that if Spirit gave and was nudging you to move in any kind of way this year and you didn't do it, you played yourself.
Listen.
Because if we had not moved when we did, everything that's coming now, the dreams, the upgrades, the experiences that we're having, the revelations that we're having, what we see coming, and knowing that we're out of harm's way to a certain extent, it wouldn't have happened if we were not obedient.
It's facts.
Shy needed to go to Vegas. She needed to be obedient to leave. This thing is a lot deeper than what I think people realize. What's happening on this planet and what we are experiencing is a lot deeper than I think many of us really want to come into the awareness of.
It's facts.
You know?
Yeah, again, because we, like you said, people don't want their worlds to be shattered.
Yes, and ours were. I know mine was.
The shattering of my world happened when I realized that I don't have a motherfucking person out here but me.
Listen.
And I don't have no one to grab onto for comfort, for validation, for security. It's just me.
Mm-hmm.
And Spirit has shown me that several times in me meeting people and thinking in that mindset. Those things backfired. That karma backfired on me. Thinking that I was going to come out here and do the same shit I was doing in Maryland. No.
Come on.
No, sis. No, sis.
Come on.
Mother said, that is not why I sent you there.
Come on.
I did not send you there for you to do the same shit you was doing before.
Come on.
And so that's probably, again, mental.
Yes.
That's what's been fucking me up.
Yes.
Here.
Yes.
All of, especially in Cancer New Moon, all of these things are, these deep-rooted traumas
yes.
are starting to surface
yes.
quick.
Yes.
And I'm sitting here like, and the mirror is being shown by other people.
Oof.
Other people that I meet, they are mirrors. And I'm sitting here looking like, wait, are you kidding me right now? Like, it's almost like I'm being shown me the cloaking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm being shown me in a different energy, in on a different coast, in a different state.
Yes. Yes.
And it's hitting harder even here because Vegas ain't no fucking energy to be playing with.
Listen.
This place is not to be fucked with. I'm going to tell y'all that now. This place is not to be fucked with. You know what I'm saying? And I had to come here to get my don't fuck with me attitude back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I had to get my mind right.
Yeah.
In Vegas. And it's so funny you said the girl said that she had to go back to go work for somebody. Even though I still run my business, I have my business. The only reason why I'm working for somebody now is because I'm working towards something that is in that field.
Come on.
So it's my mental. I'm going into it with the mindset of I'm going to own my own dispensary one day, but I need to get into a dispensary in order to figure this shit out and to network.
Training is still necessary.
Training is still necessary. And Spirit told me, Spirit said that you ain't going to be there no more than 6 months. So I just want you to know that.
Come on.
You're not going to be there no more.
Your vision, your clear vision and thoughts is literally creating the world around you. And that's why I said, like you said, you're not even going to pay or fund what it is that you're creating. You're not even going to have to, because the world around you is going to shift on your behalf. Period.
Yeah.
But you have to understand that the all is mental first in order for you to shift. And then those takes you into the different realms of the rest of the Hermetic principles. And then you start to see how they are interplaying and in action in the world around us, because they are. We are watching clear examples of it every day.
Every day.
Every day.
And it's gonna get it's gonna manifest so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Come 1/1/21. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet, y'all. I'm telling you. You think that, I mean, most people, let me tell you something. Motherfuckers are in denial because, like you said, the sun is in a different position. Radiation is in the sky. Clouds, the planets.
The sun eclipsed. I saw the shit in my dreams on the 27th.
And people are sitting up here talking about something. Oh, I've seen that before.
No, you haven't.
And I'm like, you saw it? Where?
No,
Where have you seen this before?
No, you.
You know, it's you're lying to yourself.
They're
The
literally
mental.
telling y'all that there's going to be an earthquake in New York. But y'all seen this before. Y'all seen this weather before. Y'all have seen the effects of these planetary energies and these planetary bodies and the way that they're shifting. You've seen it before. And yet New York is about to experience or could experience an earthquake. Okay.
We've had earthquakes all year, hurricanes, typhoons. Water has wiped out countries. Age of Aquarius, the water bearer.
Welcome to the age of Aquarius.
Through the element of air, aka hurricanes.
Come on. And remember that dream that I told you that I had? I was sharing with you where I saw the guy conjure the storm in his hands through speaking the words, and I saw the tornadoes, all of these hurricane like came all around and was just spinning, and it started to pour. We are in the age of Aquarius by way the element of air. We here most definitely, you know, and moving forward things are going to get really tricky, y'all, you know. And I don't know, you know, what else to say or how else to say it, you know, to get your affairs in order and to get your minds in order, you know. So.
They say that a quarter of the country right now is in tier 4. Tier 4, stay at home.
And California was stay-at-home order was extended through January. So, you know, we're gonna see a lot of stuff, you know, and experience a lot. And I just want y'all to be prepared, and I want y'all to really get your spiritual affairs in order, get your minds in order, you know, get your bodies in order, get your physical homes in order. Get ways around you to protect your families, to protect yourselves, you know? Just prepare, you know? It's really, I feel like we've said, you know, I feel like we've been speaking so much, and I feel like
we're done. We're done talking. Like, this is, for me, this is the last message of getting prepared. Like, if you're not prepared at this point,
it really is, yeah.
Because, I mean, literally, they extended unemployment, the stimulus check, you know, and I go off of timelines like that because that really gives me a perspective of when shit is really going to pop. Mm-hmm. And March is when they are going to stop this new reboot of unemployment. And that is in spring equinox. That is the real new year. This is not the real new year that y'all about to celebrate.
Yeah, this January 1st shit, that's not your new year. Everything is dead around you and in hibernation. How is that new? How does that
So y'all done celebrate the new year, and your Kabbalist government is about to celebrate their new year in March.
Period.
When they round y'all motherfuckers up.
Y'all just came out of the winter solstice, and now you're about to have a new year. Common sense. That don't make no damn sense, y'all. So, but ritual. That's why I've been stressing to y'all. Everything is ritual, and as long as the collective continues to play into these rituals and to help conjure these rituals, to stay on their calendar systems, to stay in their timelines. I mean, you know what's to come. I don't think anybody else needs to even tell you. If you voted for these systems and you voted in this election, you're going to see the fruits of your labor. And it's not anything good. And you can't, and I told y'all then, you weren't going to say that you didn't know. That excuse, you were not going to be able to use the excuse that you didn't know. or I wasn't sure. When people have been saying it, I begged y'all not to go out and vote in these systems in this election, and let them have their shit. Let them have their stuff. If everybody is so quick to say, well, if you don't vote, what is going to happen? What will happen if we don't
Well,
vote?
how do you expect to change anything if you don't vote?
If you don't, how about not participate? And then let's see what comes from that. You know,
The Electoral College is still counting votes.
Not doing anything sometimes is all the movement you need. Sometimes stillness is all the movement that you need. Don't do nothing. I don't feel
the magical art of silence.
Period.
And mindfulness.
Period.
Sometimes you just don't say shit, and that's when you discover everything.
Yo.
And that's a mental thing, because when you silent, like when you give someone the silent treatment, it fucks their head up and they just start going. They just spill it all.
Sorry, my phone dying.
They spill it all because they're trying to fill the void, the space.
Yeah.
So if you want to gain control of your life and the elements around you, be silent.
Be still.
Because guess what? Those elements will start coming to you because they're trying to fill the void. And so how do you manipulate and get everything that you want? That's why they say when you manifest, you just let it go. You forget about it. You don't pay it no attention, because that joint gonna come running back to you like, wait, hold on, wait. I need you. And you sit back like, yeah, motherfucker, that's what I thought. I know you need me. I don't need you.
Chase nothing. Attract instead. Chase nothing. Attract. Chase nothing. Attract. Chase nothing.
Attract. I did not go out looking for that dispensary job, sis. That motherfucking dispensary job came to my front door.
I told you that you was going to meet. I told you was going to meet the motherfuckers. I told you what the experience was going to be. I told you what the conversation was going to sound like. And it happened. And you did nothing but be still. And know that ye are gods. God ain't out here chasing your asses. Y'all out here chasing him or her. These deities ain't out here chasing your asses. Y'all out here chasing them.
You got to make the deities your bitch. You have to make the elements your bitch. Because right now the elements are bitching all of us.
And right now my battery is bitching me because it's dying.
Oh God. That's why I came inside, because mine was dying too.
I'm dying.
Well, maybe that's, our sign to get up off of here. Maybe we've said enough.
Yeah, maybe if we feel led to come back, and continue.
Girl, we ain't coming back. Stop lying.
You're right. I'm sorry. You're right.
We'll come back when we feel like it.
Yeah, we'll come back. No, seriously though. But if you want to come back and talk about another one of the laws, but you talked about doing classes on them, so
yeah.
We'll leave it there. And I just hope that you guys took away, the real understanding of the all is mental, and what that means and what that looks like for yourself, and to really check that. And I encourage y'all to go out and to get the Kabbalion if anybody's looking for it. Go out, get it, read it. You want a Bible? Here you go. Because it's mine. This is my Bible. Okay? I think that we have moved past the fairy tale book of the Bible now. I feel like we should have graduated. Yes, there were many things about that book that is true. But again, it's from somebody else's thought process. And so I think that it's safe to let that go, or to use it how you want to use it, and to release it though if it's not serving you, and to really fix your eyes on the sun that is out here, because that's what that book is trying to point you to in the first place. Okay?
And it's not about sun worship.
That's it. The sun just died. It died a few days ago for 3 days, and then it rose again. I promise y'all. And if you missed it, that's how I know you ain't tapped in. So you can't be reading your Bible. Okay?
if you really don't even know what those phrases mean.
So we love y'all. We thank y'all for listening and for joining us. Shy, anything you want to say? Because this is your live. I don't even know when I'm closing it out. I'm going to be quiet.
It's our live. What you mean? It's our live. But first of all, I just want to thank you for coming in. I'm so proud of you and your family and what you all are accomplishing in Arizona. So, shout out to you for doing it,
Thank you.
being it, living it, and putting it into action.
Shout out to you for doing it alone. Okay. Shout out to you for having enough courage to go at it alone. Okay?
Thank you.
And to fail them some days and to break on others and being willing, every day to put the pieces back together every single day. And so I'm beyond proud of you. And that's why I tell you often, this shit is not easy. And so to have to do it on your own is a completely different type of fight. It's a completely different type of ascension. But you my sister. We came into this bitch together in one form or another.
We did. We are the polar opposite of each other. So I know that we came into this world together. We came into this motherfucker together. So
and y'all make no mistake that she ain't alone. She alone in a sense. But I'm alone in the 3D. She knows she'll never ever want for nothing as long as we are here together on this planet at the same time. My sister will never want for nothing. She'll never go hungry. She'll never go without. And so that is also the purpose and the importance of finding your tribe and finding those who you belong with.
That's the card that I pulled today for my oracle message on Shalom Gaia.l, which is about friendship.
I show them.
Yeah. So I had to realize that I am never alone.
Never.
And I'm finally starting to really realize that I always had me. It's just that I was, my power was taken from me.
That's it. And now you a superpower, bitch. Damn.
Bitch, I'm a fucking magical ass motherfucking being, bro. Like,
no, seriously, you are. You really are. But I love you, Shasha. This phone is about to die.
All right. Thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you guys. We love y'all. And maybe we'll come back and maybe we won't. Peace.
Peace.